What's up YouTube? We're back at it again today, and we are still waiting for parts for the Super Beetle project, so I'm going to show you a couple other small things that we're doing around the garage in the meantime. Mainly, the big things we're going to focus on today are finishing up this welding cart by adding a drawer to the bottom there, and also finishing up this heart project that we did for my fiance right there by, kind of cleaning it up and painting it for finished quality. So tune in with me as you see what I do other than just work on cars, and hopefully you learn something along the way. So one thing that the Ratchet Motors garage has gained recently is this sheet metal 3-in-1 brake, bender, and slip roll. So we'll be using this almost exclusively to make our drawer for our welding cart. And we also have these sliders. Basically, I just bought the cheapest ones that they had at Home Depot. These are just for like regular drawers in your house or whatever. And we're gonna use those in combination with this sheet and probably some more steel to make our drawer for the welding cart. Okay, so my opening on the welding cart for the drawer is 14 inches, and you need a 1/2 inch on each side for the roller. So what we'll do is we'll measure the center line, and then we're basically gonna just fold this up into a C because I don't have enough material to make the full drawer box, I guess you would say. So what we'll end up doing is bending this piece up into a C shape, and we'll either weld on the front and rear faces of the drawer, or we'll bend up 2 other pieces and maybe rivet them together. But we'll start by bending this big piece up because that'll give us kind of the main frame for it, and then the sliders for the drawer will attach to each of the sides. Alright, now that we have it all tacked together, I'm gonna do all the finish welding on the inside of it, probably do some stitch welds, which you saw in the earlier clip. What I'm gonna have to use is actually wire from the MIG gun, because it's closer to the material thickness. This is like 30 thou MIG wire. The smallest TIG wire I have is like 1/16 or 3/32. So we're gonna try the 30 thou MIG wire and see how that works out for any of like the gaps or anything that we need to fill in between. I was having a little hard time seeing with the cup I was using on my TIG torch, so I actually switched out to a clear one now, which should make it a little easier to see my welds. And I'm also going to try switching and doing the outside corners because I'm having a hard time just with my inexperience trying to weld all these inner corners, and I think I might have a little better luck doing it from the outside. Alright, so now that we have the drawer all set as far as the main box for it, we'll probably add in a handle at some point, but not a huge concern right now. So the next thing will be mounting the rollers or the sliders to the drawer. So basically what you do is you take half the slider, so you take one half of the slider and it mounts to the drawer, and the other half will actually mount to the cart. So I'll show you how that's done now. So you can see I have the drawer kind of just sitting in place where it's going to live. And what I'll need to do here is add a cross piece that connects so that I can actually drill into to actually mount the rollers on, or the sliders onto the cart. So I'm going to show you how I do that real quick. It should just be basically a 2x1 that I can bring across, and that'll set my height so I know I'm even on both sides, and we can drill right into it, and then the drawer should be all set. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'll bring you guys back when we're tacking it in, and then we'll just be fastening the second part of the rollers, or sliders, sorry, to the cart. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll mount the sliders to the those little crossbars that we welded on, and then all that's really left from there is to probably knock down any sharp edges, and then we'll probably add some kind of handle to the front of this and reinforce it just to make it easier to pull it in and out. But we're getting really close. The bars went on really easily, and we'll just use those self-tapper screws again to mount the sliders onto those crossbars. Alright, so the last thing we need to do here is put a handle on the front of this. So I think what I'm going to do is use this flat kind of, I guess you'd call it flat bar, to reinforce across the front of the drawer. I'll do it on the inside. And then I will bend up this little bar stock kind of in the shape of a, like a C. And I will kind of sandwich this sheet metal between the handle and this backing plate. I'll show you it as I make it, and I think it'll make a little more sense. And here you can see it's the welding cart complete. I got a little excited and already filled up the drawer with all of my TIG and MIG supplies. So that's pretty awesome. And this is kind of it all, with all the cords and different wires for both the MIG and TIG on here. It's actually one of the few things in my garage that's actually decently organized. So last thing I'll show you guys is the completed painted version of this. I'm just going to jump ahead and not waste your time watching me paint it. So we'll see that now. And here's an update on our little weldable heart kit from Precision Tube Laser. You can see here, final coat in gold. It actually came out really good. I'm really happy with it. And really all that we did with it other than just paint it was add this little section here on the back for a hang tab. And everything came out really good, so I'm really happy with it. And so is the fiance, so that's always good. So as always, thank you for tuning in. We have some really big videos coming up soon for the Super Beetle now that we get all the parts in that we need for the exhaust and for the cooling system. So be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of that. If you like what you saw, make sure to hit the like button and leave a comment below. And we hope to see you again soon.